Cast your mind back to when you're first out of home. You might be a student or a young apprentice, and in my case, way, way, way back to that first house you lived in. Well, I got a private message on Instagram from a girl named Georgia, because that's how the kids do it these days, and she said she needed a little bit of help with her homework. Now, I'm hoping she didn't mean her homework. I hope she meant work around the home. Hello? I always walk into strangers' houses. Hey, Georgia.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. Now, you're a student, a renter, you're very busy, but I do notice you've got a lot of indoor plants.
Yeah, I love having plants inside. I think it really helps to liven up the space.
All right, so you're busy today with class.
Yes.
While you're away, I might get busy around the house, fill in a few of the views so it looks like you've got a nicer garden than you do, and then maybe dress up something around the house for you as well.
And if you could finish up my drying, that'd be great. So,
Sure.
Thank you.
OK. Kids these days. My first idea to spruce up this rental is a little green wall or a green screen right next to the kitchen that requires 2 cuts and about a dozen screws. All right, so this is pretty simple. I've got a piece of pine, store-bought from Bunnings. All I've got to do is find the centre and cut it in half. 1832, so 916. There we go. And then to test how good you are, you can just put one over the other and they'll be exactly 10 mil out. So I can cut straight, just can't do maths. Oh, well, looks like it's 10 mil shorter. Now I'm just going to make a simple box out of this. Just pre-drill and screw it together. Now the pine, well, timber doesn't get much softer than that. So when I put the screws in, they're countersunk. They go in about 1 or 2 mil. Just to tidy it up, you can buy some ready-made putty, put it on with your finger. A few seconds later, just wipe off the excess. Now you can give everything a light sand. And as far as my whitewash goes, it's not a fancy whitewash, it's just a bit of acrylic white paint. That's water-based white paint. Mix 50% with water, a rag, wipe it off, and it looks as good as the fancy ones. Now I've got my cheap pots and my cheap twine, and probably the hardest thing to do, stand still please, hardest thing to do is to set these at about the right height. That'll do. Now, because it's going in the kitchen, it looks so good, we want to keep it neat and tidy. I'm going to keep my little herbs in their black plastic pots. We've got chives, a bit of thyme, and in the middle, the plant that would describe the whole project, mint, because it looks it. My next great planned display idea is a little bookshelf, but for plants. I'm using the same pine as before and just cutting up some shelves and a spine, which will get screwed to the back. George has actually got some really nice indoor plants, and might be a little known fact, but the oxygen level inside our houses is nowhere near as good as when we're outside. That's why we feel great when we're outside playing. So by taking the outside in other words, having some indoor plants, you can improve the oxygen level inside your house by 3 times if you pick the right ones. So with these stands and all these plants, George's brain will be working overtime with all that fresh air. Now, it mightn't look much like this. In fact, to me, it reminds me of something that my nan would have had in her house. But it comes down to the plant selection, how you dress it up, and then it's amazing, and you hardly even notice this. What are the best plants for indoors? Well, I've got a bromeliad, some devil's ivy, and philodendron. These are all hardy and do well in low light conditions. But we've got to see what the student Georgia thinks of the lot. She'll be home in a minute. Still going to clean the floors. Hello. Welcome home. Now I've washed up, I've dried, I've put everything away, cleaned the house, but most importantly, what do you think about my new plants?
Thank you so much. It looks absolutely lovely.
I can just imagine, you know, cooking a fresh tin of tin baked beans,
Yep.
but you can reach over here and spice it up with a bit of thyme or parsley.
Beautiful. I look forward to it.
And then the other ones are more decorative plants, but the larger the leaf, the easier it is to look after. And the larger the leaf, the more oxygen it's going to put into the house, so you'll be able to study longer, and you won't want to fall asleep. And your life will be completely changed.
All good things. I can give up coffee.
I wouldn't go that far. It's good, but it's not that good. I don't know where this belongs, but I know where I'm going.
I can take that.
Miss you already.
Thank
Sorry I
you.
didn't get to dinner.